Good day, everyone. We are the Group 7, and our topic is about the globalization of religion. Lesson objectives characterize the relationship between religion and globalization, assesses the effects of globalization on religious practices and beliefs, analyze the relationship between religion and global conflict and global peace. Religion is difficult to describe and realize because human belief structures are varied and complex. But one thing is for sure, religion is strongly connected to culture. Ole Rees in Mythology in the Sociology of Religion 2011 defines religion as a worldview, an ideology, an organization, an attitude, a set of values as moods and motivations, or as an ethical disposition. The Penguin Dictionary of Religion says religion is a general term used in most modern European language to designate all concepts concerning belief in gods and goddesses as well as other spiritual beings or transcendental ultimate concepts. Some Christians declare that Christianity as not a religion but a relationship with Jesus. And some Muslims says Islam is not a religion. It is a way of life. It used to be the case that most Hindus do not realize they belong to the religion, for it is a name given by outsiders. Many definitions of religion have been attempted but many fall foul of being too narrow or too wide. Aside from the definitions given earlier, religion is also explained as the belief in a worship or a superhuman controlling power, especially a personal god or gods. It is a set of beliefs concerning the cause, nature, and purpose of the universe, especially when considered as the creation of a superhuman agency or agencies, usually involving divisional and ritual observances and often containing a moral code governing the conduct of human affairs. Religion then consists of beliefs, actions, and institutions which assume the existence of supernatural entities with the powers of action or impersonal powers of processes possessed of moral purpose. Religions are shared collections of transcendental beliefs that have been passed on from believers to converts that are held by adherents to be actively meaningful and serious and either based on formally documented doctrine or doctrina, organized religion, or established cultural practices, folk religion. How did religion cross the local barriers? Well, globalization began 3,000 years ago as the Silk Road facilitated trade and cultural exchange. Textiles, species, and even religions were all exchanged along the Silk Road. The Silk Road presented religious committees with the most efficient way to spread their beliefs, where missionaries often joined caravans and traders. Buddhism was the first great missionary faith spreading from northern India to Afghanistan and Bengal, and finally to China, Korea, and Japan, and back to Tibet. Note that silk was extensively used in Buddhist ceremonies, stimulating the demand and facilitating trade along the Silk Road, enhancing globalization. And finally, Islam was the dominant religion among Silk Road traders for most of the time. Islamic scientific and medical advancement also had significant impact on Silk Road travelers. In fact, Chinese Buddhist traders adopted Islamic medical knowledge in the wound healing and urine analysis. Thus, interconnectivity of trade, culture, and religion enhance globalization.
Samuel Huntington, 1992, sees a clash of civilizations between the universalist and individualist, between the West and the rest, because globalization does not lead to identical responses from all religious actors, although globalization is sometimes actively pursued by religious actors. Katong 1992, si Samuel Huntington proposed a concept nga ginatawag og clash of civilizations. Para sa iyaha, kini nga clash or kini nga kagubot pagitan sa duha ka grupo, ang universalist ug ang individualist, sa West ug sa rest. Para sa universalist, gina-represent nila ang values and norms. Tapos gusto sa universalist nga spread ini sa tanan. Pero sa individualist, gina-prioritize nila ang pangangalaga sa ilang sariling culture o tradisyon o gina-emphasize ang ka-unique ng ilang civilization. Gipangatwiranan pod ni Huntington ang globalization na ang pagtaas sa interconnectedness o interaction sa pagitan sa lain-laing society kay wala nagkapareha ang mga response nila gikan sa tanang religious actor. So para sa iyaha, ang kagubot sa mga civilization nahitabo tungod lahi-lahi ang pananaw og priority sa mga universalist og individualist, as well as the impact of globalization on religious actors and their responses. Differences among civilizations are too basic in that civilizations are differentiated from each other by history, language, culture, tradition, and most importantly, religion. These fundamental differences are the product of centuries and the foundation of different civilizations, meaning they will not begin soon. So, gi-explain na niya kung anong ang civilization may clash. Giingon na diri ang pagkalain-lain sa mga sibilisasyon kay nakaugat na sa fundamental aspect, parehaan ang history, language, culture, tradition, o most importantly ang religion. Ang pagkalain-lain nila kay nagsilbi na siya nga basic element that differentiate one civilizations from another. Ginaturing nila na ang pundasyon sa lain-laing sibilisasyon, tapos gina-emphasize pud ani nga ang pagka-different ani nabuo over centuries, meaning that they are essential and intrinsic to the identity of each civilization. The statement also suggests that these fundamental differences are not likely to disappear in the future. Gihubog na ni siya sa kadugayon sa panahon, lawom nakibali ang pagkatanom sa tela sa kada civilization. Number 2, the world is becoming a smaller place. As a result, interactions across the world are increasing, which intensifies civilization consciousness and the awareness of differences between civilizations and commonalities within civilizations. According to Huntington, civilization are distinct cultural entities that are shaped by historical, linguistic, religious, and cultural differences. He argues that the post-Cold War era conflict between nations will be primarily based on these cultural and civilizational differences, rather than ideological or economic factors. The idea behind the clash of civilization is that as interactions between civilizations increase, people become more aware of the differences between their own civilization and others. This heightened awareness can lead to a sense of identity and consciousness within their own civilization, which Huntington refers to as civilization's consciousness. Furthermore, as people become more aware of the differences between civilizations, they also recognize the commonalities and shared values within their own civilization. This awareness of both differences and commonalities can lead to a clash between civilizations, as each civilization seeks to protect and promote its own values and interests. So, the concept of clash of civilization suggests that as the world becomes smaller and interactions between civilizations increase, there is a greater awareness of the differences and commonalities between civilizations. This awareness can lead to conflicts and clashes between civilization based on cultural, religious, and civilizational differences. Number 3. Due to economic modernization and social change, people are separated from long-standing local identities. Instead, religion has replaced this gap, which provides a basis for identity and commitment that transcend national boundaries and unite civilization. According to Huntington, as people become detached from their traditional local identities, they seek new sources of identity and meaning. Religion, with with its strong cultural and historical roots, fills this gap and becomes a powerful force in shaping individual and collective identities. It provides a sense of belonging, purpose, and values that transcend national boundaries. In the context of clash of civilizations theory, religion plays a crucial role in defining and uniting civilizations. Huntington argues that civilizations are differentiated from each other by various factors, including history, language, culture, tradition, and religion. Religion, in particular, becomes a fundamental aspect of civilization and serve as a unifying force within a particular civilization. Religion provides a shared belief system, values, and norms that unite people within a civilization and differentiate them from other civilizations. It serves as a basis for identity and commitment that goes beyond national boundaries. As a result, clashes between civilizations can occur when there are fundamental differences in religious belief and practices. So, according to Huntington Clash of Civilization theories, religion plays a significant role in shaping identities and uniting civilizations. It fills the gap left by the erosion of traditional local identities and provides a basis for identity and commitment that transcends national boundaries. This can lead to clashes between civilizations when there are fundamental differences in religious belief and practices. Number 4. The growth of civilization consciousness is enhanced by the dual role of the West. On the one hand, the West is at a peak of power. At the same time, a return to the roots phenomenon is occurring among non-Western civilizations. A West at the peak of its power confront non-Western countries that increasingly have the desire, the will, and the resources to shape the world in non-Western ways. According to Huntington, the growth of civilization consciousness is fueled by two factors. First, the West, which refers to Western countries, primarily in Europe o North America, is seen as being at the peak of its power. The West has historically been influential in shaping global politics, economics, and culture. This dominance enhances the awareness and consciousness of other civilizations about the power and influence of the West. Second, there is a phenomenon of return to the roots. Among non-Western civilizations, this refers to a resurgence of cultural, religious, and nationalistic identities among non-Western countries. As these civilizations become more confident and assertive, they seek to shape the world according to their own values and interests. They no longer passively accept Western dominance but instead strive to assert their own ways of thinking and organizing society. So the clash between the West and non-Western civilization arises from this dual role. On one hand, the West power or influence can be seen as a challenge to the autonomy and values of non-Western civilizations. On the other hand, non-Western civilizations are increasingly asserting their desire, will, and resources to shape the world in ways that are distinct from Western norms and values. This clash of interests and values between the West and non-Western civilizations can lead to tensions and conflict on the global stage. It reflects the challenge of accommodating different cultural, religious, and political perspectives in a world where civilizations are increasingly aware of their own identities and seek to assert them. Number 5. Cultural characteristics and differences are less mutable and hence less easily compromised and resolved than political and economic ones. This statement emphasizes the idea that cultural characteristics and differences are less flexible and more resistant to change compared to political and economic factors. According to Huntington Clash of Civilizations theory, cultural differences play a significant role in shaping the identities and behaviors of civilization. Cultural characteristics refers to the shared belief, values, norms, traditions, and practices that define a particular civilization. These cultural aspects are deeply ingrained and have developed over centuries, making them less susceptible to change. They form the foundation of civilization's identity and serve as a basis for distinguishing one civilization from another. In contrast, political and economic factors are more malleable and subject to negotiation and compromise. Political systems and economic policies can be adjusted and modified to accommodate different interests and find common ground. However, cultural differences are often deeply rooted in history, language, religion, and tradition, making them less easily compromised and resolved. And this statement suggests that when conflict arises between civilizations, political and economic issues may be more amenable to negotiation and resolution, while cultural differences tend to be more resistant to compromise. This can contribute to the persistence of conflicts and clashes between civilizations, as cultural differences are often deeply ingrained and fundamental to the identity of each civilization. Number 6. Economic regionalism is increasing. Successful economic regionalism will reinforce civilization consciousness. Economic regionalism may succeed only when it is rooted in a common civilization. These statements relates to the concept of economic regionalism and its connection to civilization consciousness. Economic regionalism refers to the process of countries within a particular geographic region coming together to form economic partnerships and alliances. This can involve the establishment of free trade agreements, common markets, or economic union. The goal of economic regionalism is to promote economic integration, cooperation, and development within a specific region. So, para kay Huntington, successful economic regionalism has the potential to reinforce civilization consciousness. Civilization consciousness refers to the awareness and recognition of one's own civilization and its distinct cultural, religious, and historical identity. It is the sense of belonging and shared values that exist within a civilization. Huntington argues that economic regionalism is more likely to succeed when it is rooted in a common civilization. When countries within a region share a common civilization, they are more likely to have similar cultural, religious, and historical backgrounds. This shared identity and understanding can facilitate cooperation, trust, and a sense of common purpose in economic endeavors. By developing economic regionalism within a common civilization, the bonds between countries can be strengthened. This can lead to increased interdependence, collaboration, and mutual benefits. It reinforces the sense of civilization consciousness among the participating countries as they recognize their shared cultural heritage and work together to promote their collective interests. However, when economic regionalism is attempted across civilizations with significant cultural differences, it may face greater challenges. The difference in values, norms, and interests between civilization can hinder cooperation and lead to conflict or disparities in economic development.
The impact of globalization to religion. Religion and globalization have always shared a relation of struggle and conflict. While globalization has generally been linked with economic and political interdependence which ultimately brought people closer, it also has shifted the cultural build-up of the world that lead to the formation of global culture by diminishing the barriers between different cultures. Globalization lands religion and dilemma of conflicts. Dako ang epekto ng inin globalization tungod sa mga pagtuo ng mga reliyon og pagkanat ng teknology og transportasyon para muhamo ang mutuo sa ila og para musmo tatag nila relihiyon og mga pagtuo na ila tinuan para mukanat kibali tungod sa ang technology amoy kibali ka pa dugang nan tawagin dugang tabang sa ila para mas mudamo sila og mas mo tataga nila isa ka relihiyon. The distinct norms, different cultures, and different worship. The distinct norms, different cultures, and different worshipping ways and practices will be wiped out by globalization, which promotes homogeneity, referred to as worldwide cultures becoming similar. Ang pasabutan ini siya guys, ang mga kultura o ang mga lain-lain tinuuhan ng mga simbahan mawara tungod sa homogeneity kay tungod na nila pukuan na pareha-pareha na sa gihapon tana pareha-pareha da kuno tana naman ang takon nila tungod sa homogeneity. Treat to the tradition of religions, disintegrate traditional social norms and values by the invasion of consumerism, cyber culture, and etc. Moreover, human rights are becoming the main issue in the global world concerning the status of women and ritual killings and human sacrifice. Paano siya pagbabanta ng mga tradisyon sa reliyon, paghiwa-hiwalayin ang mga tradisyonal na pagkaugalian at pagpapahalaga sa lipunan sa pamamagitan ng pagsalakay ng consumerism, cyberculture at iba pa. Ang mga karapatang pantao ay nagiging pangunahing issue sa pandaigdigang mundo tungkol sa katayuan ng kababaihan at mga ritual ng pagpatay at sakripisyo ng tao. Tungod sa ini sa tawag ini sa mga consumerism ug cyber culture kibalian human rights halos patapakan na ba tungod sa hamok makita sa social media na mga pagpatay ug sa mga pagkuan sa mga babae ug yan mga kibali alay bitaw alay nan mga ano to yung mga may mga tinuuhanan ng mga tao tapos makita pa yung social media mo yun tapos may mga panghadlok pa gayud sa mga relihiyon ang mga tradisyonal ang mga tradisyonal na mga tinuuhan sa paghanadlokon ang mga relihiyon. And globalization may have also implied and faith in the following three possible impacts. Religion is being eroded, religion is being strengthened, and religion is declining, but it has developed new identities of hybridity. What is religion is being eroded? Kuan ini siya halos amok mga tao na mo wa na mo tuo sa religion tungod sa ilang mga yakita kay halos ang mga politika gamiton daan simbahan or ang relihiyon para na lamang mo daog sila naman sa mga tao na na makakita sa di na mo tuo tungod sa paggamit ng mga political ng mga tao sa simbahan na tana garaw na di na garaw di na tana apil yawan kay Ginoo na kibalian isulatan. Religion is being strengthened. Sampulan ini siya guys sa COVID-19 mi tao ay halos hamugi niya malik sa religion tungod sa sa pandemya na itabo ng COVID-19 tungod sa mga hamugi patay halos hamugi niya malik sa mga reliyon tungod para maligtas na lamang sila halos na ng tao may balik sa religion para sa pag-ampo o maligtas sila sa pandemya na mga itabo mga last 2019 may ito na tungkol sa COVID-19 ang mga halos kumanan mga reliyon mas mintatag kay tungod sa mga pandemya na mga itabo sa ato sinabisan nga di sa lain lugar mas minkuan gidan reliyon tungod sa COVID-19. Religion is declining but it has to develop new identities of hybridity. Means kaya siya na ang globalisyon ay may magkahalong-halong epekto sa reliyon sa mga paraan na umaantong sa salungat ng mga pananaw sekularistang scholar na ang reliyon ay mababawasan. Maliwanag ang reliyon ay nakaranas ng muling pagbangon sa maraming bahagi ng mundo. Pangunahin sa anyo ng reliyosong fundamentalismo ang mga problema at hamon na dulot ng globalisasyon tulad ng crisis sa pagkapaligiran at scholar na lipunan ay nagbigay ng pagkakataon at kapangyarihan sa reliyon na muling buhay ng sarili at ibahin ang sarili sa isang reliyon na may bagong anyo na may papel at bagong pagkakakilanlan. Higit pa rito, ang globalisasyon ay maaaring umantong sa paghina ng organisadong reliyon sa modernong lipunan at intelektual na subkultura, ngunit hindi ito nagiging sanhi ang pagkamatay ng reliyon sa pribadong buhay. Ito ay alinsunod sa paglitaw ng kapapalagan ng paniniwala. Walang pag-aari sa madaling salita, ang globalisasyon ay nakatulong sa pagbago ng reliyon mismo at binago ang diskarte nito upang matugunan ang mga problema at hamon ng globalisasyon upang lumikha. So kibali globalisasyon ay yakatabang gyapon ini sa reliyon para mabago ang pananaw ng mga tao o mapadali ang paglutas ng problema. Ang may need i-develop ng reliyon.